Good morning, every colleagues. As already anticipated by my acting CEO, I just wanted to give you a brief status update about the cyber attack that affected our system starting on last Saturday evening. First and foremost, I want to reassure everybody that at this time we did not experience any loss of data or any impact on our ability to process benefit or to process payment. We have been, however, very transparent in sharing the details of this attack with all our counterparts, with our member organization, with the UN Secretariat, with the Office of Legal Affairs, with also a cyber security firm that is actively collaborating with us in implementing additional measures that will ensure that we will be able to continue it without any problems. In terms of an overview, we have implemented a combined approach of 3 sets of controls. We have detective controls, we have corrective controls, and we have preventive controls. The detective controls have worked as expected because when the suspicious activity started to be performed, we were immediately informed and we were able to intervene. The corrective controls have enabled us to fix the machine, the assets of our ICT infrastructure that were affected by this attempted cyber attack, and the preventive controls were already there in place and were represented, for example, by a well-defined disaster recovery procedure, by well-kept backup of data, and by the fact that also we are trying to even foster additional awareness amongst our membership and our partners that are working on a daily basis with us. So again, I want to reassure everybody that the systems are safe. We are implementing due diligence. We are actively collaborating with a specialized cybersecurity firm, and we will be providing daily updates on our website. We have received a lot of questions from many of our stakeholders, and we understand legitimate concern. I would just like to ask for your understanding that although we understand and we will address all your questions, we also need to balance the need for confidentiality because we cannot disclose technical details that will unfortunately weaken our mitigating controls and our defenses. So as alluded to by my acting CEO, I would be more than happy to take any additional question you may have, but I will ask for your indulgence in understanding that before I disclose that information, I cannot go into too many technical details. Thank you.
Okay, I'll take that question and then we'll move on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was just wondering if you had engaged any police agencies in terms of tracking down the people who are involved in this hacking.
So we are fully aware of the procedure that should be followed, especially as a UN entity. There is a protocol by which the contact with the host country law enforcement has to go to the Office of Legal Affairs and through the Office of Legal Affairs to the U.S. mission. However, we have done that. The point being is that I want to be extremely clear about this. At this time, there was no loss of data and no ransom because as we have tried to indicate, the indicators of this attempted attack seem to lead to the fact that this was a ransomware attack. So at this time, although we have suspicion, although we have assumption, although we have indicators, none of this has happened. Therefore, based on relevant past experience, we know that the law enforcement will not be that fast in responding and intervening. However, we are keeping track of all the activity that occurred during the last 3 days. We have isolated a machine that have been affected and impacted, and we will be conducting forensic analysis that we will be sharing with the local law enforcement authority to enable them to provide us the adequate support. But we have taken the adequate steps to do that.
Okay, so now let me turn, okay, one question?
In this case, could you tell us if it's feasible, how many computers were affected?
There were a mix of server and desktop. Approximately, we were in the range of 30. We have identified a machine. As I said, we have followed the due process that usually is followed on this occasion, which basically is to contain, isolate, and rebuild.
Okay, a question in the back, Michelle?
Just on my way in this morning, I was told that OICT has a new cyber section, cyber unit, and I'm just wondering if we're working with them or if they're working to help us in this project.
Well, the cybersecurity unit of OICT is not new. Actually, I was there 13 years ago, and I have been, and we are working on a daily basis with our colleagues. The unit is headed by Thomas Brown, who is the Chief Information Security Officer of the UN Secretariat, and we have probably daily contact with them. We have informed them, but we also took extra steps. We informed the ICT network of the United Nations CEB, the Chief Executive Board, that in turn helped us to distribute our information with all the membership at large. All the UN agencies and entities of the UN system are aware. And we did that because in this way we are creating a network of trust and share, where we share with them information, and if they become aware of other indicators of compromise of attack, they do the same with us. So I can confirm that we have daily and consistent relationship with all ICT security officers of the UN system at large, including the one in the UN Secretariat.